Today I thought it would be fun to sit down and have another chat about outdated trends that I still really love and low-key regret getting rid of a little bit. I use the word outdated very loosely. It just kind of to me means trends that aren't like as popular in the trend cycle at the moment. You know how trends like come and go so quickly these days. I've done a couple videos like this before, so if you want to see those, I'll link them down in the description box below for you. But just as a quick little bit of a disclaimer, you should wear whatever you want and truly whatever makes you happy. I do the same. I think trends are fun as sort of like a bookmark of the times, and I enjoy playing around with them and experimenting with my style as always, but truly just wear what makes you happy and what makes you feel the most comfortable. Sometimes I get comments on these videos that say something along the lines of like, I've been wearing this, like I didn't know this was out of style or whatever. And first of all, that doesn't matter. But second of all, it isn't. It's just with the way that the trend cycles go at the moment, like something is always gonna come back around. Even the thing that you hate right now, you may wear 10 years from now, or the thing that you hated in high school might become popular again someday. Like it's sort of happening to us millennials at the moment. And I know that people get that, but I just want to make sure that no one feels like, you know, I'm saying that these are out of style and if you wear them, then you're out of style, because that doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So that being said, I thought I would go through like a fun little list of, I think like 12 or 13 different trends that I really miss, or things that I want to bring back, or things that maybe I loved back then that I still kind of love now, or things that I have just, you know, jogged my memory a little bit. I've thought about them and been like, wait, where did those go? You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into it. We're gonna jump into this list and have a fun little chit chat and talk about some trends that I want to see come back. So let's do it. The first thing that I could think of is Adidas Superstars, and not that these aren't in trend or whatever. I don't even know what the trends are, honestly. I'm just doing my best. But regardless, I've noticed a lot of the Adidas Sambas and the Gazelles have become really popular over the last few years, and oh, I love both of those. Don't get me wrong. I have a pair of Gazelles, I have 2 pairs of Sambas. If you watched my video on 2024 trends that I will not be buying or wearing, my kind of anti-haul, then you'll have seen that I'm holding back from the Spezials because I just love them, and I know that I'll probably get sick of them quickly, but something to me that has like truly stood the test of time is Adidas Superstars. I love those. I wore those to death. I mean, first of all, I had them the first time around in like elementary school, and then I think I got them again in maybe 2018, and I wore those things to death. Like I probably wore them until like 2020, something like that, and I loved them. They're so comfortable. They're comfortable in first wear, first of all, which isn't always the case for Sambas. I know a lot of people have talked about getting like Achilles pain from Sambas. I have also dealt with that with one of those pairs. And there's just something about like the rubber tip of the toe. Like, I don't know, it just really does something for me, and I really love them. So I'm not gonna buy like a 4th pair of Adidas, I don't think, but I would like to see those come back. I would like to see more people wearing those. And maybe if people are starting to wear those again, let me know in the comments below. I'd be very interested to know. And if they haven't started coming back around already, I have a feeling they probably will, because they're just that girl. Do you know what I mean? I used to wear them with like flare jeans or with skinny jeans. If you know, you know.
Stop. This was the vibe at the time, okay? You need to understand.
I would like to see more Adidas Superstars in the future. It'd be fun too if they did Superstars in like the fun colors, or just more colors than like the typical, you know, like red stripes, black stripes, things like that. I think that'd be fun to see, but yeah, definitely want to see more Superstars out in the wild. Next up, okay, hear me out on this one, but I really kind of sometimes miss the floppy hat era. Do you know what I mean? Like, does anyone remember that era? Probably what, 2012 to 2016? Maybe even longer. And I know that some people still wear floppy hats now, or just like the sort of evolution of it all has become those really wide brim hats. Those did indeed give me the ick, and I wore those to death, okay? But I'm talking the more like Forever 21, like wide brim, but like slightly floppy hats. I don't know, those were kind of a moment. I am such a hat girly, I always have been. I've always loved all different types of hats. I had a fedora phase, I had a wide brim hat phase, I had a baseball hat phase, which I'm still kind of in. I love trucker hats, I love straw hats. Like there's just so many fun hats out there, but I do kind of miss the floppy hat era. I feel like it was just such a serve. It was just such like a statement. It was such a little cherry on top of a cute outfit. You'll probably remember if you're like similar age to me, but I used to wear this like t-shirt dress that had these crisscross like ties in the front. It was almost like shoelaces. And then I would wear my little over the knee boots and my floppy hat, and that was a look. Do you know what I mean? It was just everything to me, and I kind of miss it. I felt like when I put on that hat, I was like, I am absolutely a fashionista. There was a case of like some of them were just a little bit big. Like it was like I couldn't drive when I was wearing it. It was like a bit of a safety hazard, you know? But I did like those sort of like mid-sized floppy hats. I just thought they were so fun and cute and like very summery. I'm pretty sure I wore them in the winter as well. I would just wear like a sweater dress, which I talked about in my last trends that I want to see come back video. I just really think it's so fun. I don't know if they even sell these anymore. I might have to get it secondhand or something, but I want to see more floppy hats in the world. Okay, this next one is like oddly specific, but it's just something that I remember so vividly in my life, and that is wearing a tunic with leggings. Does anyone remember when that was just an outfit? This was like obviously, I don't know, at least 10 years ago, probably more than that, where we were just walking around with like basically long shirts with leggings, and that was it. That was the fit. That was the outfit. It was either like a sweater or a t-shirt or a tank top that was like tunic length, so really kind of barely covered your butt. It wasn't like a full dress, but you couldn't wear it without the leggings, you know? And I just thought those were so fun. I loved it. I worked a nannying job when I was like 21, 22, something like that, and that's what I wore every single day. I would wear a tunic and leggings every single day. Maybe it was just the ease of it that was like very comfortable and you didn't have to think too much about it. You just threw it on and you headed out the door. But that was like my go-to daytime outfit, and honestly like probably my nighttime outfit as well. I think I would just throw on like a little jacket over it or a sweater like I mentioned, and I was good to go. Like I just loved a long shirt, sweater, tank, whatever. I don't know, maybe it fit my shape of my body because I am like a little bit longer in the torso, so maybe that was part of it. I don't know, but I just really, really loved it and I deeply miss it. So maybe we need to start a petition to get tunics back on the map because I loved it. It was so fun. It reminds me of like a simpler time as well, because I feel like fashion, at least because I'm consuming a lot of like content about fashion and I'm seeing a lot of fashion content creators and like opinions and trends videos and all that different kind of stuff, but it feels like fashion has gotten like so serious over the last few years, and I feel like back then it just wasn't that big of a deal. You just sort of wore your clothes, and I don't know if that's just because I was younger and I wasn't really in like that space of life at the time, but I just miss when it was really simple like that and no one really cared. You didn't have to have like the most fantastic, flawless, perfect, expensive fit. Not that you do now, but like, I don't know. It feels like fashion was just more fun and silly. And like, you look at those 2006 red carpets and you see that like no one cared, I don't think. At least I don't think anyone was wearing that stuff seriously. Maybe they were, I have no idea, but it's just, you know what I mean? I miss that time in fashion, so maybe we'll have to bring it back, who knows? Next up, I feel mixed emotions about this, but I think that it needs to be said, and I'm gonna be brave and stand here on my podium while I say this, but I kind of miss the poof. I do, a little bit. If you don't remember the poof, this was basically an iconic hairstyle of probably like 2005 or 6 all the way until, I mean, I wore it way too long. I wore it way too long. But I also still kind of think about doing it sometimes now again. I don't know, I just really loved it. I teased the hell out of my hair for so many years, but it was kind of a moment. And I feel like especially because back in the day, like at least when I graduated high school in like the mid 2000s, I guess you would call them, we all had bangs. Like so many of us had the swoop. We had the swoop bangs, and so it was just such an easy way to like get them out of your face, pull them back. But you couldn't just pull them back. You had to do the whole like separate them into layers, tease one layer, tease the next layer, tease that layer, and then you would perfectly coif it back. And I would do a crisscross with my bobby pins. I don't know about you, but I always did the crisscross, and it was never centered, I don't think. But it was just such a moment, and like Snooki really put it on the map. I think that was very indicative of the time and like what people were doing with their hair at the time. It was always like the stick straight hair, or you maybe would throw some curls in it, but it had to be the poof, and it just had to be perfect. I don't know, it was just nice to have a little something. Like it wasn't a braid, it wasn't a headband, it wasn't an accessory, but it was just like a little just a little something, you know? So maybe one day you might see me hop on youtube.com and have a poof in my hair. That might be kind of exciting. The car driving by agrees. Maybe we need to put poofs back on the map. You'll have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below because I feel like I'm being a little too bold with that one. The next thing that is just, it's so vivid of a memory and I love it so much. I never stopped loving it, and that is the flower crowns trend. I feel like we all, especially if you were a YouTuber back in that day, we were feral about our flower crowns. I think I used to have like maybe 4 of them. This was like when I was like 25. Coachella videos were really popular. I had never been to Coachella. I've still never been to Coachella, and I would sit in my backyard in Nashville, Tennessee, so far away from Coachella, and I would film like a Coachella lookbook or a tutorial on like hair, makeup, and outfit for Coachella. Oh, that was like a whole thing. That's honestly, we need to react to some old videos coming up here pretty soon, I think. But nothing was complete without the flower crown. It was just such an iconic thing, and I wore it like all the time. I didn't wear it just to these like, you know, scheduled YouTube shoots that I would have. I just wore it in my day-to-day life. I just thought it was so pretty, and I still like love looking at wedding photos of people who have those really big flower crowns. I just think it's so beautiful, and I know there's cultural significance for flower crowns in some cultures, and I think that's so beautiful as well, and I just love it. I just think it's so pretty, and it's like my cottagecore frolicking through a field in a beautiful dress aesthetic dream, basically. I do have a very, very large head, so I would always just kind of have to barely rest it at the top of my head, like right here at the crown, because it wasn't going any further than that, honestly. If anyone was a part of the flower crown movement of the, 2014 to 2016, what did you do with yours? Do you still have it? I really need to know. Please let me know in the comments. Like, did we keep them? Did we repurpose them? I think I donated mine because they're not around. But flower crowns will always have such a special place in my heart, for sure. The next trend that, like, I don't really know if it's like not in style as much anymore. I just feel like there are more things that are more popular, but stars. Like, do you remember when stars was on everything? Stars was like the print of, you know, the 2010s, you could say. I feel like I had so many sweaters that had stars. I have a tattoo of a star on my foot. Yes, I am wearing slippers. I don't want to talk about it.
Don't even.
I still love stars. It's like one of my favorite shapes. I put them in like all of my thumbnails. They're just so sparkly and pretty, and like I love it. I love the star emoji, but it was a movement. There was a time for like owls. There was a time for pineapples. There was a time for a lot of different stuff, but stars were really number one for me. They were just like the one thing that I would gravitate towards, and I truly had so much star stuff. Like it became like a personality. I had jewelry, which like now that I think about it, I still kind of do. But now it feels more like things have shifted, and like stars are still cute, but I feel like it's more now like bows and things that I've mentioned in other like kind of popular trends videos. I feel like bows are definitely having their moment right now. I mean, and I also have a tattoo of a bow because like I just love being a woman. I love taking part in what the girlies are loving. I love it. It's so fun. And this is like a very special tattoo because it kind of symbolizes like little me, like my younger self. So remembering to like keep her right here and present at all times is great, but also I miss the star era, you know? Maybe I'll have to get more star tattoos. I don't know. It's fun, it's flirty, it's wacky, it's random, but I just love it. And I feel like everyone had a star tattoo. There was one time where I went to a party where I was meeting a bunch of new friends, and me and these 2 other girls were talking. This was in like 2007. And all of a sudden, like it came up that one of them had a star tattoo on their foot, and then we all realized that we all had star tattoos on our foot, and we took a picture of like all of it was like the same tattoo pretty much. And we had never met before, so that was pretty iconic, and that was just definitely telling of the time. So please let me know if you have a star tattoo on your foot, because I would love to know, but we need more stars. We need more stars. We need to make this happen. Next up, we have feather extensions. I feel like I might lose some of you here, but it was so fun getting feather extensions. It was just such a fun little silly thing that we did with our hair. I don't think I got them more than like 1 or 2 times. They did start getting a little bigger and a little wilder as time went on, but I thought it was so fun. In case you weren't around, in case you're young and you don't remember.
What? I haven't.
Oh, you don't know who they are?
No.
Well, Jesus, oh my God. You don't know who One Direction is?
Wow.
It was a time where we would go to the hair salon and we would pick out these little very, very thin strips of feathers. Like they almost looked like hair, but they were like feathers. And you could pick out different colors and combinations of different ones, and then they would just like clamp them in your hair. And it would last like a few weeks, and you couldn't tell me shit when I had my feathers in my hair. I was very, very full of myself. I thought it was the best hair I had ever had. I would do my like straightened hair. You could see my little feather extensions popped out, and then I would have my poof, and you couldn't tell me anything. I do think I only got it 1 or 2 times, maybe. Yeah, it just didn't really last. I think it came and went pretty quickly, but we do have the very iconic teen mom moment to always remember it by.
Be a total of 16 days in jail.
Well, see, the only thing is, on the 9th, I got second row seats to go see a concert. It's Kesha tickets.
I understand.
I really can't miss that concert. I really can't. That's why I got all these feathers in my hair, because of the concert.
I know it sounds crazy, but if I have to stay on probation to see Kesha, it might be worth it.
Oh, what a time that was. That was everything, and I still quote that regularly, actually.
It's Kesha.
You know, they weren't real feathers, I don't think. God, I hope not. But it was such a fun time, you know? Again, it was just fun and silly and random, and no one cared. Or maybe we did really care, I don't know. Maybe it was a lot deeper than I'm remembering it, but it was just so fun, and I want to see more of it. I want to see more fun hair accessories in 2024, so let's do it. Okay, next up is something that again is like a 2016 thing. 2016 was just, it's such a specific moment in fashion to me. In fashion, in makeup, in hair, and like so many different things. Like it was just a wild time. And like, tell me this is not the cutest thing. No look was complete without those Quay sunglasses. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those like kind of cat eye sunglasses that had the mirrored lens, so it would be like a blue or a green or a pink, and like everybody had those. I think I managed to get some, and it was like, I don't even know how much they were, $30, $50, something like that. And I was like, these are so expensive, but like I have to have them. And I wore those things to death, let me tell you. I was truly so obsessed with those, and I kind of miss them. I feel like they were really fun and just like a funky, cute, colorful pair of sunglasses. They also, I think, just had like normal colors as well, but I miss having those bigger sunglasses, which I talked about in the last video, where I was just like, I miss having like my entire face covered by my sunglasses, and those weren't as big as that, but they were still pretty big, and like I just loved them. I thought they were super like flattering for my face, and maybe I'm like romanticizing the past and they were actually really ugly, and I'm struggling to remember that, but I feel like they were really cute, and I kind of want to see more of them again. I don't even think they sell them anymore, because I'm pretty sure when I was like making the list for this video, I looked a while back, and unfortunately they were not anywhere to be found. But if you know, you know. Like if you were there, then you remember. We will never forget the absolute chokehold that those Quay sunglasses had us in, but oh boy, it was intense. The next thing on my list is the Twee, like 2012, I guess 2010 to 2012 aesthetic. I loved that so much. It was so a time. It was, to me, in my head, it's automatically red era. Like we're in red era. It's like blaring every day when I'm in the car on the way to my serving shift. And I just thought it was so cute. I loved like the ballet flats. I loved the circle skirts with the cute little tights. I loved the Peter Pan collars. I'm immediately also thinking of Miss Glamorazzi era. Miss Glamorazzi stands where you at, stand up. I was so obsessed with all of her tutorials, and I just loved that era, the very like Zoe Deschanel of it all. That wasn't like 100% my style, but I just loved it so much. It just feels really nostalgic and comfy, and it makes me really happy. And so I think I have sort of seen that coming back around recently, but I want to see more of it. Like I want to see more ballet flats. I want to see more like saddle shoes. You know what I mean? Like we were like onto something there, I think. And maybe we need to bring some of that back, you know? When I see like a Twee outfit, I mean, some of it was a little costumey, I guess you could say, but when I see like a good Twee outfit of like 2012, it just fills me with joy. And I'm just like, I think that is the cutest outfit ever. Maybe I'm alone in those thoughts. I don't know. You'll have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but I just think it's so fun and it's playful and it's cute. So maybe you'll walk around seeing me singing in cursive and like wearing my cute little Twee outfit someday, but I do really miss it and I want to see more of it. There, I said it. Something that is like really far back in time, like probably when I was in high school, so this was literally almost 20 years ago, but statement necklaces. Do we remember statement necklaces? Like, they were kind of everything. I had so much costume jewelry, I cannot begin to tell you. I was so deeply inspired by like shows like Laguna Beach and whatever Lauren Conrad was wearing at the time, especially on the hills. I just loved like a big necklace, and I wore so many of them. I actually do have a vivid memory of a guy that I worked with who was probably significantly older than me calling me anal beads as a nickname in high school because of the necklaces that I wore. Anyways, it was definitely a time and it was a moment. And I wore, specifically I remember I would wear like a normal necklace, like a normal just like gold chain necklace or whatever, and then I would wear the longer beaded necklace over it. And the layered necklace was just such a moment. They had the like really kind of rhinestone, costumey, like statement necklaces that were like full on glam. I loved those. I thought they were so cute. I can think of a specific picture from probably like, again, like 2012, 2013, where I had my little top knot. It was maybe even a donut bun, I can't remember. I had my little statement necklace on with my little off the shoulder shirt, and it was just so cute. It was very Lauren Conrad coded, and I loved it. I don't know if I necessarily want to bring that specific style of necklace back, but I miss seeing big necklaces. I feel like jewelry has gotten really small and dainty and delicate, which I also love, but I want to see more just like big old chunky pieces come back, which like I guess they kind of have with the charm necklaces, but I just want to see more of it, you know? I want to see bigger and bolder, so hopefully that'll happen, but if not, I may have to like find someone who still has a stash of old Forever 21 jewelry and like raid their collection because I'm obsessed. This next one, I think there were like a couple different bursts of popularity of it, but I specifically remember it again in like the maybe 2010 to like 2017 time frame, and that is dip dyed hair. Oh my god, did I love that so much. I loved dip dye. I thought it was so cute. Even just truly like when people would have like a clear line, a chunk at the end of their hair that was like pink or blue or green or whatever. I thought that was so cute. Yes! That era where we were all dyeing our hair like purple and pink and yellow and peach and like all these fun colors was just such a vibe. You still see people with like blue hair and purple hair and stuff. You just don't see it as much as you used to. And I do know that that is fully because like a lot of people's hair was falling out. It was just really hard to maintain, and there was so much bleach. We were all doing it at home. It was just really unhealthy, and so like maybe people were just like tired of it, so high maintenance, you know. But I loved like a manic panic moment. I would mix like the purple with my conditioner and have purple hair for a couple weeks, and it was just such a moment in time. I think about it all the time. I still think about driving myself down to Sally's, getting some pink manic panic and throwing it in my hair and seeing what happens. But I do like having blonde hair, and I do like having health in my hair, so I don't know if that'll happen anytime soon, but I feel like the dip dye on the ends specifically is just so fun. You know, fashion colors are just such a fun way to like express yourself with your style, and I really do miss it. So maybe sometime in the future it'll come back, but we've probably all learned our lesson the hard way, but maybe just like the ends, maybe just the ends a little bit. We'll see. I might have to bring that back. I do feel like this video is pretty 2016 heavy, but that's just all I could think about when I was thinking back on like trends that I want to see more of, because 2016 again was just such a specific moment in time for fashion, at least for me. And the last two things that I have are also from 2016. The first one being, are you ready? The 2016 chokers kind of ate, for real. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think they were so cute. It could be because I was a 90s kid, and like the first time that the chokers came around, I was really young, and like I loved it, and I loved the like velvet black choker, the Drew Barrymore of it all. And then when they came back around, it was just so much fun, and I feel like maybe they went a little too far. Like I was wearing like full on like, you know, pieces of ribbon that were like this thick around my neck. It's like maybe that was a little excessive, but I kind of thought it was fun, and like I would like to see more chokers, even though I do feel like it's such a bookmark for 2016, and it's like, whoa, that is screaming 2016 and like nothing else really, but I want to see more of it. Dare I say, I still think it's kind of cute, so we'll see what ends up happening. I have a feeling it'll come back around because things always do. Like I said, it's just one of those things where you can't escape it. Even if you hated it the first time, might as well get used to it because it's still gonna come back around sometime in your lifetime. But I would not be mad at all if I saw more chokers in 2024 and beyond. I think I would actually be very excited about it. And last but not least, hear me out on this, much like all of these in this video, but bold brows were kind of cool at the time. Like these bold, sort of like Anastasia dip brows. I mean, some of it, we went a little too far. Some of us needed to have our dip brow privileges revoked, but it was just like, I don't know, that like kind of carved out brow I really liked. I do prefer the kind of more natural, like sort of fluffy brow, not like super fluffy, but I also think that like really crisp tail at the end of the brow was really satisfying. And yes, like all of our brows were gray because we were using taupe dip brow, but it was just kind of fun. And like, I don't think I ever really learned how to properly carve out my eyebrows, but I loved seeing it. And I felt like it was just so like satisfying. And I'm sure a lot of people still do really bold brows, and I think that's great. I don't think that like you have to follow brow trends. I think you can wear whatever feels most comfortable for you, and also what kind of complements your brow shape more. And I kind of loved it. I don't know, call me crazy. So those are my trends that I kind of miss, that I would love to see come back around, and you will have to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to know if you want to see me do another one of these, if you have any trends that you can think of that you really love and like want to see come back around, or that you still wear, or whatever. I think it's great when people wear and do whatever they want with their own body and their own personal sense of style. I think it's fantastic. So if you wear all of these, or if you do all of these, I think that's fantastic. More power to you, you know? And I'll probably be joining you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.